Welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome to Impossible Landscapes on Lost Caravan, where we're sponsored tonight by the Nintendo Switch. For some
That-
reason,
We're not, though. We'll get in trouble.
I have no idea what's happening, and also I feel exposed to the truth that I don't own a Nintendo Switch, so I can't. I'll just do something else. Anyways, I'm Doc Grimbo. I'm your handler. I use he, she, and they pronouns, and we're just so glad you're here. I'll let the cast keep playing on their Nintendo Switches while I take care of some business. Yeah, anyways, if you didn't know, we are in the middle of Recall Week, and because we are missing two of our agents tonight for other things, we recalled somebody else back who you'll meet in just a little bit as a participation. But we're also raising money for Extra Life, and so there's going to be links up in the chat. It's worth noting that my chat on Twitch does not want to work today, so anytime anyone does something cool, just please remember that I'm just losing my shit in chat. It's so great. You love it. Okay. Tonight we're sponsored by Epidemic Sound. They do all the music and sound effects that I use here in game. We'll hear more of them today, whether they're creepy or just setting the mood. They are a great resource. We're also sponsored by Soul Muppet Publishing, who just released their, they're doing this Kickstarter for Orbital Blues. You should go and check that out as well. I'm sure there will be a link up in chat for that. Let's talk to our friends. Let's talk to our sweet, sweet agents. So we'll go around. I have no idea what order we're going in, so I'm just going to pick at random. Tell us who you are, what your agent's name is, what your favorite Nintendo Switch game is. Let's start with Cyberella. Cyberella, hi. What you playing?
Hi. So I'm playing. Well, in this game, in Impossible Landscapes, I'm playing Agent Maple. Right. What I'm playing on my Switch is Fashion Dreamer.
Of course.
Yeah, I gotta make all the fashion.
What would Agent Maple, our octogenarian communications specialist, person who's the most resistant to corruption, what would she be playing on the Nintendo Switch?
Some sort of gambling game. She ain't that uncorruptible. The woman can be corrupted. Oh yeah, just some sort of like gambling
casino
game.
Simulator, yeah.
Yeah. Be like, in real life, I've lost so much fucking money. It's insane. I've lost more money than most people have ever dreamed of owning. Luckily, I've gotten it back because I've also done so much money laundering.
Even more luckily, maybe Maple is starting to learn that money is not real because the reality that she's experienced her whole life is not real. And so who cares?
Well, I mean, money's always been a construct anyway. So, yeah, I mean, exactly. Where it's really at is gold. Got to have physical materials.
Yeah, or yellow.
That gold is yellow.
Let's go to Lonnie. Lonnie, what are you playing? Who are you playing, and what would they be playing?
I am playing Animal Crossing. Right. I'm also playing as Agent Mayday in Delta Green.
Yeah.
And what are they playing? Like,
what would Agent Mayday play on her Nintendo Switch? Would it also be Animal Crossing? That's not a wrong answer.
I would love to assume, but honestly, at the same time, I feel like she would be one of the ones that would be like very intrigued by a game like, what is it? Like those pandemic games where you like see how things spread and like see the whole world and
like Pandemic. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was what it was called or something else. It's a board game,
but there must be a digital version of it out there. There must be a.
Yeah, there's. It's some or air. I don't know. I know there's a game like that because I've seen my brother play it, and I feel like she'd just be like fascinated by like the patterns of it and everything like that. Not really like a fun game.
No.
But I feel like that would be something that would just kind of pique her interest.
Just about how things spread, like diseases or the influence of horrific elder beings, and that would be really cool. Great.
She's trying to stay that one country that's unhindered by the pandemic.
Yeah, Azerbaijan.
Madagascar. Gonna be Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Is it Madagascar? Madagascar. Is Madagascar a country? Yes, it is. It's also an island. What am I thinking of? Thinking of a different island off the east coast of Africa. Let's keep going. Colin.
Fuck off.
Who are you? Who are you playing?
Fuck
And
off,
what would
Justin. I'm
they be playing?
I'm trying to play
Colin,
Zelda. I'm trying to play
Did you
Breath of
finish
the
your
Wild.
homework?
How dare you? I didn't come here to be attacked like this. I didn't come here to play games. I came here to do sit. Oh, well, I'm playing games.
What do you
I'm
play?
I'm playing Breath of the Wild, if you would fucking let me. Jesus Christ.
I love you so much, Colin. And Colin, I'll just do your intro. Colin plays Magnolia, and Magnolia is a socio.
I'm a big boy. I can answer. Okay,
Catholic.
no. You wanted to know what he would play.
Yeah.
On his Nintendo Switch.
Mhm.
And I will
Or
let
somebody else's
him.
that he stole after he murdered them.
I'll let him answer.
Okay. There goes Colin. Here's Magnolia.
What's a Nintendo Switch?
Excellent answer. Fantastic. Did you all see that?
You got
Did you see the moment?
Is there things with trucks?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
truck
know.
game.
Simulators and stuff like that.
Truck. Oh,
Ice
farming
road truckers.
simulator.
Yeah.
Farming simulator. Yeah. for
Farming
sure.
simulator. Wowzers.
Yeah.
And then-
for sure.
Our recall guest for this week is our friend Sam. Hi, Sam. Yours is different. Tell us who you are. Don't tell us who you're playing. And then tell us what they would be playing on the Switch. Does that make sense?
Like who I
What are you
am.
playing,
I'm Sam.
Sam.
Sam is playing Cult of the Lamb.
Ooh, I love that game.
That rhymed.
Yeah.
Cult of the Sam, more like.
Cult of the Lamb.
And
Sam.
what would your character, who we haven't met yet, what would they be playing? And you can answer this however you like.
I want to say like some sort of game with bugs,
Yeah.
but I can't think of a bug
Beetle
game.
Rancher.
Beetle Rancher. But I think maybe Civilization. They'd be trying to get a diplomatic victory.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. That reminds me, I want to go play Civilization after this. Okay. With that all taken care of, let's do this. This is a surreal horror game with all sorts of things that might be uncomfortable or unpleasant for viewers. And so if you have any sort of content issues with asylums and medical care and helplessness and surreality and also body horror and violence, maybe this isn't the place for you, but maybe it is. Stick around and see how you feel. We all use safety tools, and we respect those and put them to use, so you should as well. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, I need to do a little something here, but that involves me changing the mood. Music stop there. Creepy music start. Yeah. Deception is a right. Truth is a privilege. Innocence is a luxury. Knowledge is death. Or at least, that's what Delta Green teaches you. Maybe knowledge is the way out. It is somewhere in the fall of 2015. And we are not in Boston. We are in Arizona. No, we are in Las Vegas, just south of Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada. And we are in the master bedroom of a house that has proven to be an infection point for the influence of the King in Yellow. And we see 4 agents, members of M-Cell, standing around in front of a woman wearing a long, gauzy white dress. From the knees down, there are splatters of dirt and mud. Her bare feet are caked with it. But her hair looks perfect. And she says, "Oh," and looks at Agent Anglerfish in the eye with a scent of a tainted epiphany. She says, "You don't know." Ophelia Citri stands in the door to her master bathroom. The piles of debris and the smell of upturned earth entering the room with her. And so Anglerfish looks at the paper. The beautiful, horrible symbol on the page makes her head swim. Is it an eye, a dragon? It seems to shift and warp and weft across the page. And Aaron, not Anglerfish, but Aaron Maynard, knows that she needs to share it with the rest of A-Cell. Otherwise, she won't be able to get any sleep. So she offers it to one agent, who turns her head away. And when she shows it to Agent Altruism, she sees that his pistol is already trained on the head of Ophelia Citri. And what happens in the next few moments is bewildering, but still nothing compared to seeing that sign for the first time. The sound of the gun going off, the feel of the wet, red essence of Ophelia Citri's insides spraying against Aaron's back. The small robotic clockwork cherub that attacked them now collapses to the floor. Not that it ever should have moved in the first place, but now it's not moving at all. One of the others, maybe Agent Ashen, takes the paper from her and folds it up without looking at it. Gradually, Anglerfish starts to come back to herself, and she feels a little bit humiliated, a little bit embarrassed about losing her faculties over something that's so simple, a very simple drawing. And she supposes that she could recreate it if she had to. She would at least try. After Agent notices her regaining her composure, she hands her a small vial filled with green leaves, and she says, "Here, hold on to this. It's leaves or something. I found it inside her purse." And so Anglerfish takes the glass vial, and as soon as she touches it, the sealed shot glass inside her jacket pocket begins to buzz intensely in response. The two gold bugs that came out of the bag of airplane pretzels on their way here are slightly larger than they were before, but now they're scratching at the sides of the vial, trying to break through the glass to reach that green, lush foliage. So Anglerfish goes to a quiet corner of the bedroom while the others look over Citri's body, and Anglerfish opens the vial and transfers the beetles into their new habitat, and they immediately begin eating. Ashen suggests that we probably need to look in the hole before we call this in and before the DEA comes back. Or the police, he added, thinking about the gunfire that had taken place recently. And so Ashen went down into the hole that Citri dug into the floor of her bathroom. The tunnel wouldn't fit one more person, and the rest of the group doesn't know what happens. But when he emerges a few minutes later, his voice is drained of color, and his feet are tracking a kind of dirt that should not exist in the deserts of Las Vegas. And Anglerfish looks at him and asks, "What was in there?" And he says, "No, there was nothing. A crack, a hole. I heard voices on the other side, and I thought I heard my..." His voice trails off. And so all 4 members of A Cell stand in silence until altruism says, let's burn this place to the ground. So they take all the evidence that they can carry, including the clockwork child, and they load it into their rental car, ignoring the fact that this would accrue a cleaning fee when they return it to National Rent-A-Car. But Agent goes off while they do this and makes a call to a contact, an old Delta Green contact named Marianne Johnson. And the others go back inside to set the house ablaze, and what was left of Michael Whitwer's possessions go up in flames first and eagerly, almost like they want to be burned. And when the first responders would arrive, minutes later, nobody would know that there was a tunnel beneath this house that led somewhere impossible. 3 days later, alone in her room, Erin Maynard, formerly Agent Anglerfish, thought about drawing the symbol again. Watercolor would be a fine medium, but she didn't know if they had watercolors here. They don't have much in terms of art supplies. Plenty of pills, though. It was better than some of the hospitals she's visited, and she'd been to hundreds. Most of them were just sad. The staff here was friendly and capable, and she felt like she was on a path to a speedy release until somebody called the administration and had her transferred to a different facility in Boston. But Anglerfish, doing her best to remain professional, said, that's probably for the best. After they leave, Anglerfish goes to the air conditioning unit in her room and slides a panel off of the bottom and reaches up inside. She pulls out that slim glass vial with now 5 fully mature golden beetles inside it. It was already crowded, but she never seemed to run out of those leaves. It's okay, she said to nobody in particular, uncorking the bottle. They don't know. And she lifts one of the beetles to her open mouth. They don't know. It is later. We're in the Dorchester house. You can tell because while it seems like a psychiatric facility, a standard building with linoleum floors and marble tiles and even some old lockers from when it used to be a school, it also shifts and changes. Hallways lead where they shouldn't. And we're heading down a hallway following a woman in a long white doctor's coat holding a clipboard. Sam, would you like to describe what we see, who we see?
So in a long sort of white doctor coat, that looks oversized. Her feet don't really click against the ground as though she's wearing heels, but it's more of a shuffling sound. As you see, she's wearing grippy socks, but that's just comfortable. It's nighttime. You know, you should be able to wear slippers to work.
And since it's always nighttime, you can just wear slippers all the time.
Exactly. It's not weird. But yeah, she has her clipboard and her eyes just sort of snap up every so often as she passes people in the hallways, giving them just a simple smile. Not her typical anglerfish enthusiasm, but it's still there in the quickness of her step.
You pass by some folks you know, and then you see one of the patients here. You know him as John is his name, John Paylott. And you see John sort of standing outside his room, and you see him, and he gives a friendly, like, little smile, and you approach because he's on your list. He's on your people to talk to.
Yeah. Hey, John, how are we doing today? Tonight.
Hi, Dr. Maynard. Doing good tonight. Doing good. I'm just I'm like homesick. You know?
Yeah, that's understandable, but you remember why you're here, right?
Yeah, I am here to serve the king and find my way back to Yatel. Is it pronounced Yatel? I never remember. Carcosa, the place on the lake.
Yeah. So why would you be homesick for that other place when you have this ahead of you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's confusing. I'm not homesick for the place I used to live. I'd like to get
Good.
back to the lake.
Oh yes. Okay.
I'm just
Well-
waiting till I see the puppets, and then I'll probably just follow the puppets. And I've been there so often I can go, but I just, like I have to wait for the puppets to show up. It's a lot of waiting.
No, but patience is rewarded.
No, I'm in hell, he says.
Yeah.
He sort of goes back to pacing. A little ways away, make out another patient that you recognize. It's Timothy Bale, but everybody here calls him King Bale. He's got a throne in his room, and you can see him down the hallway. He's talking on his phone. He's always talking on his phone. He's always super busy with all of the tasks he has to take care of. But as you approach, hey, how about a roll? How about an alertness check to see if you can make out what he's saying as you come closer?
Good thing I'm good at that. It's an 80. So 1 second.
You know what? If it's an 80, you don't need to roll, but you can.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say my rolls then. It's an 80.
Good. Oh, but speaking of which, we got lots of hero points and villain points. And so remind me to use them.
Use your villain points.
You approach, and you can hear him talking on his phone, and he says, "No, I know. No, it's in." Labelis finds the box of papers, and then she takes the radio from him, and then you hang it on the wall in her apartment, and then he sees you coming forward, and he says, "Oh, hold on, I've got to go. I have an appointment." And he hangs up this old pea green rotary phone. He puts it down, and he goes, "Hey, Dr. Maynard. Hi. How are you?"
King Bell,
Good.
am I interrupting your court?
Kind of, but there's always more to do, and if I don't make these things happen, if I don't take care of these things, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna put all these things into action? So I'm happy to be useful, in service to the king, but
You are useful and you are doing the work, okay? You just keep pushing because we need you.
Okay. All right. I got to call someone else, but you know what? I had a weird encounter with there's some new patients. I don't know if you've met them.
Do you know which way they are?
Oh, no. They could be anywhere, right? So, but the one I talked to, her name was Marianne, and she seemed helpful, but had a bunch of weird questions. I think she's kind of...
It's okay. We'll help her get there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll see. I'll talk to you later. Okay. And he gets back on the phone. And you see him making this phone call. And as you walk away, you hear him say, yeah, no, we're all going to see each other again when the curtain closes. Everyone. Yeah. No, not the one with the clown. And then he fades out of view. You continue down the hallway, and you pick up a small child. And then you see three faces that you don't immediately recognize, and this must be the new patients that Tim was talking about. M-cell agents. last week, Mr. Wild tasked you with getting an invitation to a ball and getting it for Mutt Miller. And I believe that Maltese took that task on and succeeded. He was able to go to Mayday and get the invitation from her. And we'll say that Mayday, you still have the invitation, but you know that Mr. Wild wants it. For the sake of continuity this week, Margin and Maltese are with you all the time. They are just in a fugue state. So you're all together, but you know that you've got to get this to Mr. Wild. But as chance would have it, you all encounter each other. And this is the first time you've really had a moment to talk to one another about what's going on here and what to do next. So we find you all, you are in a greenhouse, which this building should not have. It is an open air greenhouse where the windows and the ceiling seem to be made of that reinforced glass. But of course, outside, it's night. And all that the greenhouse has is moon and the light given by the distant explosions on the Carcosan skyline. And so you don't know how, but these plants are thriving. And that's where we find you. What are you talking about?
Would that be all of us?
Yeah, all 5 of you are there. Yeah.
And are there doctors with us?
No, but if you want to make an alertness check, we'll just say that you see Dr. Maynard is a little way down. And this is a doctor that you've never met before, so that's weird. But she is keeping her distance for now.
Should I still roll alertness then, or?
Sure.
Okay.
You can always do that.
Oh, just by a few.
Ooh, that is just by a few a failure. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And not only that, but ever since coming here, it feels like there's more people. I think I mentioned this last week, but like there's more patients and there's more people dressed in street clothes and people who look like they're wearing fashions from the 1950s and earlier. So it's crowded.
Okay. Well,
Man,
okay, so
I hate this place.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing myself. Do we know who the new one with the stethoscope is?
I'd like an int times 5 from Maple.
Okay. 2 out of 85.
Ooh, you are so good at that. I would think about using a villain point, but you have an 85% on intelligence. Look how smart she is. She's smart. With a 2. I mean, that's it's not a crit, but might as well be. You recognize this person as real name Dr. Aaron Maynard. And the reason you know it is because she was a part of this pile of people who were potential friendlies for Delta Green that may be called upon to be an agent someday. You know that she is a psychologist, very successful in her field, and very good at, she's also a hostage negotiator. So she's very good at resolving situations through diplomacy.
Huh. That's a weird coincidence. I do in fact recognize her. She's was on the list of potential friendlies.
Do you
Dr. Maynard? Sorry, that was Maynard, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Maynard.
Think she's still a friendly?
Hard to say. I mean,
By friendly, do you mean like past agent or just kind of like?
she was potential for a future agent kind of scenario. I don't know if Delta ever called on her. She just showed up on my list when I was, when I'd like choose people for MCell. She was one of the people on the list. So I don't know. I mean, to be fair, anybody who's here, like, that's just concerning to begin with. But probably better to have, the devil right?
At least we know she knows something about, what we totally aren't. Delta Green and all. She looks around, kind of just like, did I say that too loud?
You look around, and I know this is just kind of an aside, but you don't seem to get any interest, and you might have even heard some of the other people here, patients, talking about Delta Green. It's a popular place where Delta Green agents end up. So it's not like a hidden thing here. It is known as an organization.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry. I mean, for the most part with agents, right? If you don't end up dead, you end up crazy. So, also, Magnolia, like, you okay there, buddy?
How long have we been here?
Fuck if I know. There's no sun as far as I can tell.
How about an int ×5 from Magnolia? Lots of rolls.
Okay. Sure.
I'd like just to give him a little breadcrumb.
Okay. Didn't have my character sheet open. Int ×5. That's not. Oh, that was so close.
You were so close.
That's a failure.
So as a reminder, just because we're rolling over points this week, with hero points and stuff like that. Currently, by the count I received from LC, there are 14 hero points in the chamber.
Jesus. Come on, let me use one, fam. We got 14 of them. Fuck it.
Go for it, my man.
Yeah.
Get some mental security in there. Oh, nope.
No, it's worse. It's worse. That's worse. So yeah, no, the fates have spoken.
Yeah, that's worse.
Too hard.
Here's what I'll say is that you both have no idea how long you've been here. As Maple said, it's hard to determine between the fact that there's no sunlight and all that stuff. But even more disturbingly, what you do realize is you don't remember the last time you ate or slept. Like, you were sedated. But yeah. You don't remember being hungry. You don't remember going to the cafeteria. You don't remember yawning.
All right, so this is what I've been trying to tease out since we've been here. How much do I remember about what happened before we got in here? Are those memories clear?
You remember all of it. Those memories are clear, but the reality of them is being challenged.
Right. Mayday, last time I saw you, I tried to save your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you again.
No, I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm just, that happened, right? We were in a burning building.
And I probably would have died jumping out of it without you doing a little first aid.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That happened. You see,
And then after that, I think you got me in a car. And next thing I know, I was waking up in the ambulance, and I think you'd gone missing. Because I think Maltese was asking me where you were, but I thought you were with me, so I don't know why you weren't there with me, because you would have been in the driver's seat. And
I
then
think I crashed Maltese's truck.
Maltese,
I don't think
Maltese,
he'll be
who's
that
standing
mad
there in a
anymore.
fugue state, goes.
I don't think he can be too mad about that anymore, considering none of us have cars. Kind of just like looking at Maltese, just
He's just
look at me.
off, just staring.
Mayday, you ever been trapped somewhere in your life that you can remember? No.
What do you call what we're doing right now here, Magnolia?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I sort of was meaning prior to this obvious trap that we're in.
Not literally, but for a little while, getting a PhD felt a little bit like a trap. But maybe not. Not exactly like this. This is a new kind.
I don't know about PhDs, but that sounds really rough. I was in a POW camp though, so I'm a reckon to say that's worse. But here's what I'm
say so, yeah.
Here's what I'm getting at, and I wouldn't tell any of y'all this, but being that we're here now, I suppose secrecy don't matter anymore. I was in that camp for almost 3 years. And when you're in a space like that, where you're in the same room every day, and they only take you out to kick the living shit out of you once a day, rip off your fingernails and electrocute your nutsack, well, after a while, you actually start to wonder if anything outside that room is real. If I don't know, I remember there was days when I would think, was I ever in the army? Did I ever really grow up in Mississippi? You know, did I catch fireflies in the backyard at my peepaw's house? Or are those just things I made up? What if I've always been
Listen,
here?
we can't start doing that. That's gonna be how this place wins. That's gonna be how we lose it here. Listen, if all of us made up this thing that we were in Delta Green and running these crazy missions, and we all make up there was a woman in a house that could be her husband, herself, and her child all at once. If we can make all that stuff up all the same time, either we're some kind of mass hallucination and life has been a lie all along and this is no different than how it was, or it happened. You were Bucky. You were are Maltese, not Magnolia. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry, I do that all the time. Switching up names.
We all chose MA names.
We did.
It's not even like there's
it's
MI,
so hard.
It's literally MA.
It's hard for me.
Anyway, like, if we can't trust that, then this place wins. I'm gonna need you to snap out of it, because I snapped out of it. The first few days here, I thought that I was just gonna go through the process, go down all those floors, and just get cleared the old-fashioned way, and I don't even think that's possible here. So we have to use what we know, what we remember, what we've got, to get back to that. Okay?
Just I heard.
If you heard anything here, it was probably a lie.
Well, depends where here is, I guess. That guy I talked to, I remember we were in the Dorchester, but not this Dorchester, the other one, the one that has sunlight. and I was talking to that guy, John, and I thought I could bond with him because he said he'd served. But then he started talking weird, and I remember him saying to me that he thinks that we're all just in hell. This is just where we are. We're just trapped in hell. What if that's right? I mean, what if that's where we are?
Well,
Thelma.
If we're in hell, and the other place was also hell, I'd rather get back to that hell. At least that hell, I could tan up a bit. Or I get some melanin happening up in here. Also, less creepy dolls, apparently. I haven't seen them yet, but I've heard about them, and I'm like, I am not subscribing to that.
At that,
Creepy doll shows up. Shit.
you hear footsteps.
I've seen one of those creepy dolls.
Did you?
Right? Because wasn't
How unsettling was it?
That was the thing that gave me the envelope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a clockwork doll did deliver the invitation to you, but you still have. But at that time, you hear footsteps clacking on marble floors, approaching, and it's coming from deeper within the greenhouse. And down an aisle of the greenhouse comes a man who is maybe 5'2", dark hair that is combed neatly down. He is dressed in a tuxedo. And he is carrying a platter. And he walks up to all of you and in a language you don't understand, but that is reminiscent of the one you heard Dr. Friend speaking. He offers you what's on the platter. And as you
we understand it.
Yeah, I would. This would be any sort of your language. If you have anthropology, if you have linguistics, and anything else, anything.
But we understand what he's saying.
You do. You can't. No, it's more of like you don't understand the words. You get the gist.
We get the intention.
Well, that's good. With your skills in Latin. Last time you were like, this is Iberian, right? You figured out it came from that region of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, something clicks into place, and you recognize that this is a language known as Tartessian. Tartessian. This is a language that was spoken in the Iberian region of the world, but also it has been extinct. It's a dead language, and it has been out of use for hundreds of years. But it's definitely the language that Friend was using. And you don't know it, but you're thinking that's your best guess. It's been extinct, you think, since maybe the Iron Age.
Okay.
It's like it's got notes of Italian and Spanish, but also Russian. So it's like it's all over the place. So this waiter comes up to all of you and holds out this platter for you. This guy dressed in a tuxedo, and he says something in Tartessian, and is like, you know, like you don't know what he's saying, but he holds it out. He's offering you an hors d'oeuvre, like you're at a party.
Is it meatloaf with American cheese melted into it?
God, that would be great, but no. That would be really fantastic, but no. It's he like pulls the, what is that thing called? The thing you pull off.
Oh,
Cloche. He pulls it off, and
I know that.
inside, on tiny little paper cups, you know, those little paper cups with the tiny little ridges, are a bunch of cubes of gelatin.
I thought he was going to serve us our meds on a silver platter.
Well,
Because you said the plastic cup.
well,
Oh.
if you
Pills
inspect
inside of
it
the
more
gelatin.
closely, you can see that in the center of each of these cubes of gelatin, there is something.
Are we hungry?
No, you're never hungry anymore.
Yeah, then I ain't taking it.
Mhm.
You sure? I mean,
Yeah.
do you want, like, because you're looking at it and it's like it comes in different colors, like green and orange, and as you like lean in closer, you realize that what's in the center of each of these is a tiny gold bug.
Sounds great.
So he's like he's
Food contaminated.
he looks blankly at you and looks at the food and he smiles and he says, "No."
You know, I've actually got no problem with eating insects, good protein, but in this case,
Huh?
I ain't one for Jello.
Oh. No,
No.
Magnolia.
I have no idea what's going on. What? And he,
Just say no.
pardon my cursing. Fuck off.
And he puts the cloche back on the thing and he walks away. And as he walks away, you see that doctor is still there down the hall. And now she's approaching you.
Lordy.
We are still in that greenhouse, Sam. And you approach and you see these three. Actually, there's five. The whole team is there. You see these five folks who you don't recognize. Tell me what you do.
Do I happen to have folders? Like, was I able
Mhm.
to get information on them first?
Yep. We can say you swung by a nurse's station and they provided you with files on all of these people.
All right. So she kind of looks down at her clipboard, then up, and she's like, Barnes? Bucky Barnes?
Don't normally let people I don't know call me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something else you'd prefer to be called?
I'd prefer you to not speak to me. Is that
Is
an
it-
option?
Magnolia? Would that be better?
Where'd you hear that?
It's on your file.
You have them at a little bit of a disadvantage there, Dr. Maynard.
Why are you giving me away? Come on.
My bad, I clocked you from before.
And Dr. Maynard, you recognize
Your file went across my desk at some point.
You know her as well, Marianne Johnson, a longtime pillar of Delta Green in their communications department. Any sort of conversation that you've had with them, she comes up. Maybe you haven't spoken to her directly, but you know from looking at her file who this is.
All right.
Little old lady.
No, I mean, she kind of like flips the file. Actually, real reason why I'm here. I just need to confirm. Are you like the real like Marianne Johnson?
I prefer Maple.
Maple?
Yes.
I could call
As far as I'm aware, that is me.
I'm just big fan. I've always wanted to meet you.
Pleasure. Although you have me at a disadvantage here. How'd you end up here?
They transferred me here, and I just kind of, went up the ladder.
Who transferred? What the hell are you talking about? Who transferred you here?
Since we're all on the same team, I thought you would know.
Say it.
Well, I mean, it's probably DG.
Oh, for the love of God. Delta Green, you were transferred into this hellish, weird asylum thing by Delta Green.
Another patient down the hall, apropos of nothing, yells out, "I was transferred here by Delta Green," and then he walks away.
Who's that guy?
Roll, I guess, is no fight of that person.
You don't have to roll. You don't know who that is. It's just some random dude.
Now that one I have no idea about.
Well, how long has Maple been out?
Oh, you mean here?
Oh, just like not at your desk.
Oh, geez. Well, one, it depends what year it is here, but as far as I remember, I've been in the field for the last 2 years.
Right? So, I mean, fair to say, you could have missed some paperwork. There's some new guys. This is the creme de la creme of Delta Green, right?
Us? M-Cell?
I mean, you wouldn't be here if you weren't.
Actually, got a question for you. Since
You have just one question? Just one?
At the moment, I have one particular question. And maybe Dr. Maynard here can help me out with this. So you're saying that the elite are all up here for the Delta Green, but you know, the team that's even better than M-Cell. V-Cell. We got V-Cell around here? I see a little ghost hand behind you. It's adorable.
So I would say, you know, we're all winners here. It's not like best of the best. It's not a competition, but is V-Cell here? A-Cell, actually. I'm actually, and for a second she looks confused. A-Cell said that they were going to come for game night, but I haven't seen them.
Wait, that was...
Do you know Agent? And oh gosh,
I heard that name in a while.
wow,
Altruism.
and arsenic.
Ashton?
Ashton doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, you were A-Cell, right? Mayday, you were...
But
Yeah.
Huh. I don't remember seeing you on A-Cell, though. Was there an A-Cell before there was A-Cell?
Before there was A-Cell, maybe before you joined it, but
Well, every
you were
team,
the original A-Cell.
every cell,
I guess.
as far as the original goes, your originals were kind of a little far back for you guys. Just to say.
Yeah, so you mean to tell me that you were from A-Cell, you've seen all of the stuff that we've done before, and you are a doctor here? You're the one telling people they're crazy?
I mean, I did see a lot of things, but okay, she like scoots in. So they didn't transfer me here as a doctor. But I mean, they need experienced staff. And I lent my services.
And so we're all sitting in group therapy, being called bitches and being told we're crazy, and you're walking around with a stethoscope
with a clipboard
And grippy socks.
You know,
They are comfy.
They look comfy.
I could get you some. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I don't even know if I had a train of thought for you to interrupt.
Please, let me interrupt you. What is your whole deal? What? You don't know me, lady. But I have killed a lot of people in my lifetime. And right now, I'm working from the theory that I'm in hell, which means, I don't know, killing people usually puts you in hell. But I'm thinking, if you're already in hell, it's probably okay to kill more people anyway? So if you don't start giving me answers, I'm gonna wrap these hands of mine right around your neck and I'm gonna strangle you to death. Is that clear?
I'm sensing some really strong emotions from you right now, Mr.
Oh my
Magnolia. Well, hold on. So, you think there's some sort of heaven and hell? Or just hell? Let's get into this and we could talk about how you're feeling right now.
I have experienced hell. I've already experienced it. That was a POW camp in China for 3 years. I'm pretty sure I already know what hell's like. This couldn't possibly be worse. All I know is that I don't believe there's any absolution coming for me. So if you're going to try to shrink my head, I'm going to shrink your throat down to the size of a plastic straw. Sound good?
I mean, if you're going to exert all that energy, I prefer that you wrap your hands around Margin's little neck over there while she's zoinked out.
Margin gives you like a half glance. She goes, huh? She goes,
you gotta lay off Margin.
Fugue state.
Why would I lay off? Oh, right. I never had time to tell you. I forgot, with all of this crazy shit happening, and the fact that back in what we assume is reality, at least the world with a fucking sun in it, I was behind a computer all the time, so I didn't get to tell you that that little Margin over there, her crazy ass, is actually Agent Micro from Operation Alice.
So, what were you expecting? Like a dun dun? There's a.
And when you say that, you hear this weird sound that kind of sounds like a gong going off, and some sort of like weird timing. You hear this bong like that.
No, look, dramatic reveal.
Don't know where it's coming from, but you look around. And down the hallway into the hospital itself, you would assume, you see a group of people running perpendicular across like an intersection. And all of them are wearing silver robes and white masks. And as they run past, nobody really around them reacts until out from around the corner comes Mr. Wild. Anglerfish, you've met Mr. Wild before, but just as a reminder, he is short, but mostly because he's hunched over. His body is kind of twisted in a little way, and he has this head also that's just far too large. And currently, he's carrying a cat. It's like this mottled calico cat in his arms, and he's just sort of like petting it and sort of like watches the group go past, bemused, not terribly interested, and starts making his way in your direction.
Just to be clear, you guys see the running, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they tried to hide that better at the other version of this place.
I mean, assuming it was happening over there, maybe it was happening here the whole time.
Hold on, I feel like I was just almost getting somewhere before Maple. You had to bring in the
somebody,
dramatic
which doesn't
reveal.
seem productive right now.
No. Listen, you, lady, doctor, stethoscope person,
Maynard. Aaron, Anglerfish.
Maynard.
You can call me Anglerfish. I don't like the way you say my name.
Okay, Anglerfish. Right. You like the way you're strange. Okay. You...
Aren't we all? I'm sorry. Keep going.
You seem to really be embracing the utter insanity of what's happening here in a way that I find mildly disturbing. No, not mildly. I take that back. Extremely disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Well, my friends. Okay, since we're all on the same team again.
Not so sure about that, but carry on.
Yes, we are. We're here together, and we're all trying to get out.
Are you?
He's getting closer now. He's probably within earshot.
Because you seem like you're collecting a paycheck here or something.
I mean, we don't know when we're gonna get out.
Listen, before
I don't think I'm being paid.
Before, if you do
Mr. Wild.
have some kind of pull, I was trying not to say his name just because if he was approaching, he could probably maybe hear it. If you have some sort of pull here, find a way to talk to us later.
She doesn't, says Wild, coming within. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're a lovely person. But, no,
you.
she doesn't. She, well, I mean, you know, she has pull in the sense that most of the patients here like her and that sort of thing. But no, if you want to get out of here, I'm the guy you need to talk to. And in order to do that, I need to make sure that what's-his-face got an invitation to the ball. I put the fireman on it. Where's the fireman?
Points at Magnolia, who's zoinked out.
Maltese.
Maltese. Yeah.
Maltese. Sorry. God damn it. We really did a number of these other names.
He looks at Maltese, and Maltese gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, he's pretty zooted.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I already knew, but...
Can we literally just have him be, like, holding it, just, like, out front in front of him, like, very proudly, like, this is my one job.
Mr. Wild reaches out and grabs it and looks and goes, you didn't even open it. It's impressive. I mean, do you want to? Matt won't
Place
care.
like this, I don't want to look at any extra things that I don't have to.
Fine with me. He takes it and he sticks it into a pocket of his jacket.
Mr. Wild's not the guy who beat my ass. That's Mr. Ed, right?
That's Mr. Ed, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Wild is not that. Mr. Wild, from all that you've been piecing together, is some sort of alternate doppelganger of Ed Wist.
Of Ed Wist, yeah.
And Mr. Wild says, I'll get this where it needs to go. And if you're serious about leaving this place, I'll get you where you need to go. Does that sound good?
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
What's in it for you?
He reaches into his pocket and takes out the invitation again and like waggles it in the air. He's like, that's what I do. I'm a repairer of reputations. I, do favors for people, and that's my stock in trade. People need things that come to me. I get what I want. It's an ongoing circle. I write things in my book, and then when I'm asleep, they happen. I don't know how. I don't know who's taking care. He's got that notebook. He's got Ed Wist's notebook, and he goes, I don't know how they happen, but I write them in here, and it happens.
Is it, like, very clear that is it, like, the notebook is closed and we can't see what's inside?
Yes, it is closed. He says, so, we're going to go for a walk, and I'm going to take you to the person who can lead you out of this place. But along the way, if you have any questions, here's the thing. And no offense to you, Dr. Maynard, but a lot of the people here, staff especially, they're going to give you the runaround. They're going to talk in riddles and stuff like that, and you're not going to get that from me. So if you have questions, now is the time, and I'll talk to you straight. Does that sound good?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy.
Are you always this cheerful?
Actually,
Yes.
I am.
She is. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Okay.
He is too. He's
Thank
just
you.
such a peach.
And when he says that, like, the cat, like, digs its claws into the side of his face, and he goes, you motherfucker. And he takes the cat, and he throws the cat, like, into the greenhouse somewhere. He's like, I
Why are
hate
you
that
always
cat.
throwing that cat?
It's the only way
Why is it always
it's gonna
coming
love.
back?
Because it loves me, and I love it. Come on. He turns around.
Hold on. Okay. Wait.
Huh? Okay, I'm holding on.
You said we could ask questions. This seems like
Yeah. Walk and talk. Does that sound good?
cool. Yeah. Cool.
We got
Aaron
an
Sorkin,
appointment
got
with the
it.
king. Come on.
With the what?
The king. Starts walking off.
What king?
Is that what we wanted?
Well, he
The
said he
king.
could get us out.
He turns around and goes, the one who's going to lead you out of this place. King Bale.
Oh, him.
Oh.
He's cool.
Oh,
Him?
okay.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier.
He's the
Let me use
only
his
one
phone.
that knows how to get out of here. He told the other guy, but nobody's heard from him. So I'm assuming that he didn't take the king's advice. So whatever you do, you got to listen to the king. Heed
What-
his advice. Because Whitwer didn't, and now who knows what Whitwer is.
Didn't Whitworth?
Or-
What?
He told me about the door, and then I
Mhm.
never saw him again. So didn't he get out?
I don't know what King Bale told Whitwer. Apparently you do, but he told him, and then Whitwer made a break for it, but didn't follow the rules, and now he's who knows where.
I do have a question for you.
Yes, the lovely lady in the back.
Why, thank you, Mr. Wilder. The V-Cell guys here?
Whitwer was V-Cell.
Oh, wait, sorry, Whitwer was. Never mind.
Whitwer was. He was the only one from V-Cell who turned up. I talked to him a little bit, and I don't remember all of it. He said one of them's dead.
Shame.
I don't know what happened to the third. There was only 3 of them on the team.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? You're asking small questions here, guys. Come on.
Great.
I'm talking like
How about this?
existential mysteries. Yeah, big guy.
You've been talking about getting us out of here, and how King Bale can get us out of here. Great.
Yes.
Where is here?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
In order to tell you the answer to that, and I'm not trying to obfuscate here, I'm trying to be as honest as I can, okay? In order to answer that question, you have to realize that the world that you knew, that you've always known, is at best a projection or a simulation. It's created by the play. Bale can tell you more about this. But we're currently in a liminal place between that world that you knew and in between space between there and a kingdom called Carcosa. Carcosa is just as real as the world you came from, but it's the domain of the King in Yellow.
Back up. It's just as real as the world we came from.
It's about
But
this
I
real
thought you
is that real.
I see.
It's
So
a fruitless.
You're saying this concept of real is pretty
malleable.
relative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good news is that since you're here, that means that the king has touched you. You're chosen. Not everybody travels through that barrier. Not everybody starts where you started and ends up in Carcosa. Some people, and he looks around at these crowds of patients and staff, and he says, these people, they're trapped here. They're going to be in the Dorchester forever. The Dorchester is... it's a fly trap. You know what I mean?
No.
Maybe Bale will be able to explain it better, but
Is there even like time here? Like the language that they seem to speak here has been
what, Tartesian?
it seems like it's from what I know it's been dead for years and there are
Sure.
people that are dressed in completely different styles of clothes as if they came from the 50s and
The king calls people across time. And to get to where they're going, they all funnel through this veil. So yeah, you're going to meet people here who were alive in the 1950s. You're going to meet people who were alive in the 1400s. Have you ever seen a guy wearing a doublet? It's ridiculous, but they're here.
would be absolutely fascinating if it weren't as terrifying as it was.
Yeah. Fascinating and terrifying. You're getting it. It's compelling. The king pulls you in. And you both want him to and you don't want him to. But everyone who's touched has to struggle into his presence, has to find a way to reach him so he can render judgment. The other option is an eternity of banishment here in the night world.
So what's the deal with those little gold beetles? We got offered hors d'oeuvres earlier.
Gold beetles. He takes out his notebook. He starts flipping through. I don't know nothing about no gold beetles. Did someone give you a gold beetle?
Well, some guy in a tux, kind of like, fancy waiter at one of those like banquets and such, trying to offer us a weird gelatin, and each one had a little gold beetle in it.
Honestly, I don't know if you can read my face. Typically, someone would react to that with surprise and dismay, but this place is fucked up.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I'm walking along here holding this fake fucking cigarette. Life sucks.
I'm sorry.
He opened his journal.
He did. He's looking through for mention of that gold beetle.
Okay. And can we see that it's in red crayon?
It is in red crayon, just like the one that Ed West wrote in.
Okay.
My hand's in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So, another question. No, sorry. Go first.
Oh, we take turns.
Well, let me try this one. And I want you to answer this question as fully as you possibly can.
I'll give it my best. But, language has limitations all day.
I didn't understand that. Who are you?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you again.
See, that actually ties into the question I was about to ask. Was if you got anything to do with Ed West?
Who?
In the reality we come from.
I've heard this name before.
Yeah, he also writes in crayon, talks similar to you do, so I'm kind of wondering.
I mean, so do kindergartners. Not the writing, not the talking. Most kindergartners don't sound like this. But, okay. In short, I don't know. All I know is I'm here, and I live in the night world, and I help people, regain their reputations. I do favors for favors, and that's all I do, and that's all I want to do. Would I like to go to the ball in Carcosa? Yes. But I don't know how I got here in the first place. You said that name, Wist. Ed Wist, but the only thing that I remember... You know what, Nevin, don't worry about it.
No, I'm worried about it.
We've had there be a lot of parallels with
your reality.
Old world, new world.
Sure. It's like mixing oil and water, right? There's gotta be some yeah.
Both you, Ed W's, honestly kind of thought you would have been, that version of Ed Wist.
Again, this name.
And you don't seem to know everything that's written in your journal, do you?
I mean, I'm the one who does most of the writing. Sometimes words are in there I don't remember writing. Maybe someone else is doing it while I'm asleep.
Who else would have had control of your red crayon and journal overnight?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
Is there any way that these worlds connect? Is what I'm trying.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, perhaps I haven't been clear. These worlds are intimately connected. And when he says that, and while he's explaining this intimate connection, you pass by a room, like a patient room, and there's no window on this door, but from the other side of this room, you can hear two people passionately engaging in lovemaking. And he's like, intimate. They're close, but they're different.
Like the worlds are like doing each other?
That's fun.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
romantic.
Like they're joined, but they're still separate. It's hard to explain completely. Maybe.
Have you never
knows it.
Have I never? Are you asking me? Are we really?
Are you a virgin?
It's okay if you are.
I'm gonna roll.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna roll a luck check
ashamed of it.
Magnolia's ever fucked.
Roll me a luck check.
Yeah, I'm gonna 100%.
What'd you get?
Success. You
Villain
determine.
point.
You decide what that means. Villain point.
Villain point. Reroll it. Luck check. Not that there's anything wrong with being a virgin. I just want you to reroll it.
But Magnolia, let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Six.
Magnolia.
Fuck's
Hey,
even
Got laid
more.
so good.
Listen, I think we've all said it here, but just so we're clear, everybody watching at home, Magnolia fucks.
Hey,
your
I
body
drew a
count?
comic. To be fair, I drew a comic about that.
Yeah, there's artwork.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
There's artwork.
We should have just asked Maltese if
Yeah,
according to
Magnolia,
your
but
drawing.
Oh, I
That's
love
right,
that.
Even when you're
Are
not
you a-
here, we're gonna sexualize you.
She asks, I love the idea that this dude's like, "Are you a virgin?" And Maltese is just like, "No."
He's
he
not.
knows.
Yeah.
He's not.
Was there a question?
Where were we?
The world's the reality. You can
The world's-
transcend.
the
You
world's
can go
aspect.
back and forth. But here's the thing: is Bale might be able to lead you back to the world you knew.
And maybe
But it's not
can give
real.
you ideas about what's over there.
Maybe.
How's he a king? You called him King Bale.
I don't
What
know.
makes him a
It's
king?
the same thing. How am I who I am? How are you who you are? We don't know. It's the machinations of the king. It's
A different
we are
king.
chosen.
We're talking about.
We're talking about the king in yellow here, the last king. He is
They're like an emperor above all the kings. There's a lot of kings going around.
Gosh, see, right now we're reaching the end of my ability. Okay. Hey, have you ever read anything about like eldritch gods and stuff? You know, like beings that existed before time that are outside of the scope of our understanding. Maybe some of you have worked for Delta Green, where your little group doing your club work with like Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, whatever his name is.
I have a little bit.
They were
Okay.
familiar.
Here's the thing. I talked with one former agent once. When was it? Impossible to know. But I talked with them and they mentioned this guy Cthulhu, okay? And they told me that this guy Cthulhu, who's an eldritch god, a horrific abomination, whatever, the followers of Cthulhu exist for one purpose. And that is to wake Cthulhu so he can devour the world or whatever. All right? If you were to ask what the purpose of the King in Yellow is, it would be impossible to answer unless you're already gone. A sane person could never explain to you the goals of the king. You only know when you know. I realize it's not a satisfying answer, but such is life.
That's enough of an answer for me.
I bet it is.
I'm just imagining Margin is sitting in the back being like, I know.
Martin's like, big creepy smile.
There's a reason why I keep trying to get her killed. I'm like, please kill this lady.
You approach
What's wrong there?
Tim Bale's room, and once more, stacks of books everywhere, and his big rotary phone as he reads it. He's talking on the phone to somebody and sees you approaching. Hangs up this time as you come closer. And he's like,
close, I just want to like whisper to anglerfish,
mhm.
or I just want to make it clear I'm not done with you.
Okay.
I got a lot more questions.
I'm excited for them.
You enter Bale's room, and Bale is sitting on this chair made out of books. And just sort of like casually sitting there. And Mr. Wilkinson says, Your Majesty, I'm guessing you already knew this, but these folks want to find a way out. And they've done a favor for me. So I'm hoping you can help them. And King Bale sort of like waves it away. He's like, yeah, perfect. Yep, great. Just as it's supposed to be. Okay. And Mr. Wilde turns to go. He says, Listen, if you get out of here and you...
Oh, he left.
no. Oh,
No, no.
What happened?
Yeah.
you're back. He said, if you
Good.
get out of here and you...
And then,
If you-
Eldritch Abomination stopped you.
Right.
And then you went to the night force.
He says, I can't talk long to listening. If you get out of here and you need help back in the world,
Well,
Redacted.
whiskey's
We'll never
happening.
find out.
goes it again.
Fucking NSA.
I don't like this. He says, don't forget, if you need help, I'm still here.
Okay.
You can always, I guess, talk to this Whist guy. Call him up. Whist! It's not...
Not Whist. I don't know.
Whist.
Whist.
WIST.
He like
Whist.
opens up to a
Okay.
page in the book. He's like, page. He's looking through, he's like, Guisan. That's his birth name. It's not Whist. He got that from like a step parent or something like that. And he shows like you that he rips out this tiny piece of paper and it says GUISO.
It's a Demon Web 101.
I have a bad experience just looking at pieces of paper. Let's not.
It's just a word.
Yep, there he is. Demon Web 101.
Yep, the all-knowing one. Got it.
He tells all things past, present, and future, shows the meaning of all questions that are asked to him, reconciles
Although-
friends, and gives honor and dignity.
I will say we
Ooh.
don't have Demon Web 101 right now in game.
We sure
No,
don't.
we
So
don't.
that's meta knowledge.
That's meta knowledge. Unless I remember reading it on Demon 101, but that it's up to
Did you memorize
Doc as to
every-
whether
Every
well,
fucking
Doc as
page.
to whether I'm allowed to.
Could that be an occult rule? Because
Yeah.
he knew that Demon Web 101 exists.
I think so.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't have the best of calls.
I have a 60.
Ooh.
Whistle, Dick Whistle.
What? Nope. 93 out of 20.
Ooh, I
Let's
might
see.
be,
I'll roll it.
I
Ooh,
got a
go Lonnie.
regular success.
Okay, good. My feed is breaking up, so I might need to take a break soon just to see if I can fix that. But here's what I'll tell you. Yeah, you remember this name, Guisan, being and by
I love how this
that-
keeps happening at really poignant moments.
Really
Really?
good timing.
I don't know what's
It's okay,
happening
buddy.
with my.
It's okay. It's the timing wise, it's hilarious because
It
it's just
literally-
at the perfect times.
I imagine this is literally what it's like to read a redacted document. Like
It is.
every single important piece of information crossed out.
And then the president was shot by. Damn it!
Ah.
Sorry. All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get out.
You remember this, that Guisan is one of these demons. You could theoretically summon him. And you remember how to do it. You know that the website has that information on it. But now you...
So he's summoning a demon?
Terrific. Demon. We're going to take a break. And when we get back, you can ask King Bale how the heck to get out of here. So as soon as I fix this, we'll be back. Everybody stay right where you are. Don't go anywhere.
Play us off, LC.
See, Colin.
Chat, welcome back, viewers. I have two deeply sincere wishes for you in your own lives, whatever those might be like. I hope that you have internet that's stable, that doesn't just drop out and you have to reset the router. Wouldn't that be nice if we all had that? My second wish for you is that someday you get to experience the joy of having LC as your tech producer, so you can hear her talking about ass.
Yes.
What was that? Yes. Welcome back. The question was raised over the break within our group of who was messing with the internet. Was it the King in Yellow or was it Delta Green? And we won't know ever. So, kids, it's roleplay time. Everyone put your switches down.
Aww, but I was making beautiful outfits.
Mommy,
Mhm.
please.
I guess.
I almost made it to the fucking Zora kingdom.
Just because. Okay, well, you can keep playing while I recap. Just in case you missed things that I said before the break. Ed Myler Wist, who in this reality is Mr. Wild, informed you of many things and laid out for you the reality, the cosmology of what you're dealing with here, which is that you are in the night world, and the night world exists as this liminal reality between the world you used to know and the kingdom of Carcosa, the domain of the King in Yellow. You have all been chosen by the King in Yellow, and the reason you know that you've been chosen is because you've seen the sign, you've been exposed to his influences, and he's pulling you in like a spider pulls a fly toward it. What his purposes are impossible to say unless you're insane. And so you, at this point, kind of don't have a choice but to follow and to go deeper. But in order to do that, he's connected you with King Bale, who is going to help you leave this place and return to your own reality. But what King Bale's purposes are, you don't quite know, but you are now currently standing before him in his room. He is seated on his throne, and he looks at all of you, and he says, I know Mr. Wild probably explained some things to you, but just for the sake of expediency, I'll let you know sort of what's going on with me. My worldview has shifted recently, I guess. I don't know how long it has been, but yeah, the world has gotten smaller for me, but also bigger. I've recognized what my role is, and you won't understand much of it, even if I explain it to you. But I am working to make sure things happen throughout time and space and history, and on that list that I have in my psyche somehow, all of you are there. And as people chosen, it's good. It's significant, but also it's bizarre and impossible. And all I know is that the world that we used to know is false. It's not false. Everything else is a fiction that humankind has dreamt up to sort of couch the reality of Carcosa. But to the matter at hand, you want to get out of here, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, everyone? Okay.
Pretty fair assessment, yeah.
Out.
So do I. And up until a little while ago, I wasn't sure how I would do that, but now I know. I can take you back to the real world, but you'll need me with you as a guide, and you'll need to follow my instructions. There was another agent who was here recently, and I gave him the information, but he didn't follow me. And he's lost somewhere in the night world. So that's all I can offer, is you come with me. I can answer any other questions you have. And when the time is right, reality is going to rearrange itself to make a transit from here to the night world possible. and then from there to Carcosa.
Which is the real world.
Yeah.
Clarifying.
Yeah. You keep
I can
keep
take
using
you-
this word real.
I know, it's useless, right?
Is it? Is that?
I mean, reality is all about perception, right? It's
Reality.
all the Matrix stuff, that Matrix movie thing, right?
You get it, Maple.
You're right. I mean, I did say that in the group therapy.
Insofar as anything can be real, the one thing that's real is the play. The king sits at the center of everything within the play, and the play is at the center of everything else. All events and people and times and places issue from the play, and not the other way around. The play is an Ouroboros.
Are we in the play?
Yes.
Okay. When
So
you
wait.
say yes, are we in the play as we are here, or is there another sort of version of us?
That remains to be seen. But the fact that the king has summoned you, there's only one way forward, and that's through Carcosa.
I gotta ask. You keep saying king. We've heard you referred to as a king.
King Bale. You can call me Tim if you want.
Okay, sure, but why do they call you king?
Because I'm a king.
Of what?
I don't know. Information? Forces?
Like multiple monarchs of different kingdoms.
Yeah, there's more than one king. I mean, all I know is what I'm supposed to do. And what I'm supposed to do is set things in motion and make things happen. And you're those things. Now, when I get you back to your reality, there's nothing stopping you from trying to regain what your life used to be. But I don't know. It won't be real. And it might be awful. It might be hell.
Might be hell?
Yeah. I mean,
like literally?
The king is always pulling you towards him, right? But if you fight against that, not out of malice, but out of pure essence, things will get worse. I would imagine that you all work for that group, right?
Yeah, normally we don't say it out loud, but here I don't think it matters. Yes, we work for Delta Green.
Okay. I would imagine that if Delta Green knows that you're under the sway of the king, even a little bit, they have a different ending in mind for you.
Poignantly over at Mayday.
What'd she do?
He is oblivious to this. He says, so, I'll ask you one more time now that you know and unknow all of these things. Do you want to get out of here?
I mean, what's the alternative?
What happens if we go to Carcosa?
You can go to Carcosa, but first we've got to get out of the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, but what is Carcosa like?
I don't know.
You've never been there?
No.
Anyone here ever been there?
John Paylott. The guy who talks about being in hell sometimes?
Yeah, I know John.
Yeah, he's been there.
To Carcosa?
He goes there all the time. I don't know how.
Goes there all the time.
Is that the place he misses?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't asked.
Oh, you should ask people those kinds of questions.
I would if I had less shit to do. He like points at the phone. Putting things in motion throughout the timeline of human history and calling people on the phone and making sure that symbols are inscribed into places and weaving that. And
hey, Bale, I got a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Are you able to maybe stop something instead of putting it in motion? Well, I tried to, back, I guess, in the real world, or at least our version of it, I tried to help my friend Mayday out here. Try to stop her brother from getting snapped up by this weird, law firm. I wonder if there's a way to stop that from him being employed by them.
You see a smile, like a brief smile. Anglerfish. Because I know for a fact that you have the humint of a god.
I do.
You spot that, and
A human is 72. I'm not quite a god. I'm at least a demigod.
How about a roll? How about a human roll?
I'm a demigod. Let's go for it.
How about a roll?
No, fuck that shit. I didn't catch it. I got 98 out of 72.
He says.
Point.
You do have hero points. Do you want to use it?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go for this.
Burn one. Burn it.
Burn it.
I mean.
No, I am not catching it today. 81.
He says. No, I don't have anything to do with that or any way to get him out of that. But like, Aaron, Anglerfish, you know that like he knows something else about this. Like he has an inkling of what's really going on there.
Mabel, would you say like this is like a failure that you still worry about?
Yeah, it is.
But would you be the person you are if that didn't happen?
No, I mean, I'd still be the person I am actually if it didn't happen.
I don't know, maybe there's something there, some secret or just feeling that you've buried down that you could have been a completely different person if you weren't carrying that around.
No, I mean, I'm pretty all right about it. It's just something that mildly annoyed me because I did a beautiful job trying to keep him out of it, and they rolled in and undid it, and so it kind of fucking annoyed me. And I did promise Mayday here I'd do my best, so here's another opportunity for me to maybe do my best.
King Bale raises his hand just a little bit, and he goes, "This law firm, what are they called?"
Shoot, I gotta remember off the top. I don't have my. Where did my notebook go? My notes.
Ingalls. Keys, Norris, Ingalls, Grant.
He smiles a little bit. He's like, K and IG. That seems like it's out of order, but okay.
Oh, you guys are clever.
That law firm, he says, I mostly deal in information and communication. That's how I get things to happen. If you want favors done, I'm not the guy you should be talking to. And he sort of like looks past you down the hallway toward Mr. Wild.
Other king, multiple domains.
Yeah, he's not a king, Mr., but he is something.
Mr.
Anyway.
I gotta ask you something. And you gotta answer me honestly or else it's entrapment. Are you a demon?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
Is that a personal question? That sounds really rude.
It's okay. I don't know how to answer that. And I'm being totally honest. I know that I can make things happen, and there's things I know, and I don't know how I know them. You know?
Okay. Could we be demons?
Again, I don't know, maybe.
Or kings.
Or kings.
Hey, I prefer to be a queen.
Queen?
This is all queen right here, 100%.
Tim looks at you and goes,
Relative.
hey, you already are.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys.
Anyways,
Are you flirting?
Call him out.
am I?
Oh, I don't mind though.
Tim
You're cool.
he goes like this. He goes, guys, I'm ready to go tonight. And I know that has no meaning. But I'm ready to go right now. If you are. Unless there's something else you
One
want
more
to take care
question
of.
before we go.
Yeah, of course. Or as we go if you want.
Walking and talking.
Where is it that Michael Whitwer stopped following you?
At the door.
Why?
He went through the door without me. I don't know. Maybe he didn't trust me. Maybe he didn't want me to come along. But he refused to let me follow him. And, you know, in that moment, I kind of knew that I wasn't supposed to go with him anyway. I was supposed to wait for you.
A question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thoughts
All right,
just
come on.
sometimes
He gets
come
up
to me.
and starts walking.
Okay, yeah, walking, talking, walking, talking. So Mr. Whitwer, he went through the door without you.
Yeah.
But he said that the door was in Dr. Dallin's office.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone here by that name.
He sort of
Never
like wrestles with that in his mind, and he says, "You only know Dr. Friend because you've only been here at night."
Well, don't tell me what I know. I know
sorry.
Dr. Friend, and I know Dr. At least they said Dallin.
It is Dr. Dallin. In your reality, Dr. Dallin's the administrator here, but at night, he and Dr. Friend trade. And Dr. Dallin is still here somewhere, but he's got other things on his mind at night.
So are we not going to his office through a door?
We are.
Good. Okay, sorry.
Also Dr. Friend's office. They co-op.
This gets really confusing if you try to think about it, so just not.
Here you go. You pass by.
Can you die? Can you die?
Gosh, that's a question that I'm not eager to chase down the answer to, but I guess here, other people who live here, I've seen people die and then be here the next day.
Great. Is Dr. Friend and Mr. Ed, whatever you are, you don't have, I know you're not necessarily comfortable with the term demon. Whatever you are they the same kind of thing as you, Mr. Ed and Dr. Friend?
I don't know. To an extent, I think I'm more like to Dr. Dallin than I am to Dr. Friend. And he like lowers his voice at this point and looks at all of you, and he says, just between the 7 of us, Dr. Friend is, I don't know, he's kind of a tryhard. You know? I think he wants to come, but I don't think the king wants him there.
Great. Team, bring it in.
Everyone's there, including Tim.
Am I
Not
included?
you, Tim.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll wait over here.
Permission to kill Dr. Friend.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
But do you need that on your conscience? Don't you think we could talk to him? Talk it out. Talk it out.
Choke it out more like. Dude's
Even
an
better.
asshole.
Still alive though.
Yeah, I meant more like windpipe broken kind of thing. I'm all for it if you're gonna kill him.
But do we have to be so trigger happy?
Well, in this case, it's not actually a trigger per se, as it is the thumb.
Or thumb?
Why?
I mean,
Right here, especially on the carotids. Right, Magnolia?
there has to be a way to talk it out.
It is a cold day in hell when I agree with Maple, and yet here we are in hell.
We got along earlier, remember? About killing other people. You asked if it was okay, and I said, there's a reason you're on this team.
And also that
what work has to happen.
Because they agree with you.
I just also did get my ass beat pretty bad by Mr. Ed with a lead core bat, and I would like to return the favor.
Oh, not Friend.
Oh, well, both of them. I would like to kill both of them.
But
That would bring me up to 99, I believe.
That's an impressive number.
It's not a good number. That's not something to be impressed about, right?
I'm not sure about. Well, Sam and Gina didn't really happen.
But
No, that one apparently slipped away from you.
So then, are any of your kills actually happening?
Yeah. See, I've been thinking
Sorry,
that.
Magnolia,
since I
you need
got
to make
in
a
here.
sand check at that question.
It's
really good.
What have you done?
Yes,
I never killed anyone.
The actual
you came over, I
intonation.
was trying to be
I
like,
got
Magnolia,
it.
no, everything is
You're
real. And now you're like, is
The
everything
real
though?
intonation there
Yes.
is not what have you done, is what have you done? Like,
Mm.
have you killed that many people?
Ooh.
And also villain point. Reroll that.
You
sand check.
motherfucker.
Because this is an important question, I think, for Magnolia.
One succeed.
Just to find his.
Oh,
by 1 point.
By one.
I failed by
Failure
one
by one.
point.
Is there a rule about using a hero point right now to try to re-roll again?
Nah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, here's the thing: is we're in the night world where rules aren't rules. So yeah, you can take a hero point and reroll it if you want.
Oh, okay. No. I'm gonna lean into it.
Ooh, wait,
So I'll
no,
take the
Colin.
sanity.
It's just
What?
1 point of sanity loss.
Colin, good point
Yeah.
right now. You just suffered some sanity loss, right? We're in a
Yeah.
world where anything happens when you're insane. You want to make murder happen, don't you?
Yeah, I want to make murder happen.
How does it feel about manifesting a gun?
As you fail that roll, you see Mr. Ed down the hall. He is bent over near one of those lockers, which you thought were sealed, but he has the door open and his head is partway inside looking at something. His bat is on his hip.
Why do you have to throw this? Tim's trying to get us out of here, but I'm like, but murder.
Well, we haven't gone through the door yet, right?
You haven't even gotten to the office yet. It's just along the way.
So nothing to follow yet.
Just a little murder. It's
Just a
still
little
good.
murder. I mean, the head is in the door.
His head is in the locker.
Oh yeah, he's like got it open looking inside. You think with a swift kick to the door, that'll do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what will be
Yeah.
more satisfying?
More importantly, because you failed that sanity roll, you don't see any other orderlies around.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little murder. It's still good.
Not. I don't care.
Did you
You
just
can
switch
also-
into a patient gown?
She always had it on.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't notice
under
that.
the
Doctor
coat.
going over it.
Incredible.
As you approach,
Fucking kill him.
Tim looks over at you, and you haven't even asked, but he looks at you and goes, "Yeah, now's your cue for that."
Tim's an
You
ally.
know what? Fucking his. Okay, his head is in the locker. Magnolia
Uh-huh.
is going to run at full sprint at him
Mm-hmm.
and try to jump and drop kick him into it and crack his skull into that locker.
Fantastic. Make me an unarmed attack, a melee attack, plus 20,
Ah,
which I think brings you to like 100.
that makes you to Justin. That's 103.
Roll for it.
Just in case I get an 86.
Oh my god!
99 critical.
For those who can't see this at home, Colin has rolled a 99, which would be a critical fumble. But in this case,
You had to
since
give me a
he's-
plus 20.
it's a critical success. Colin, what does it look like? Just describe the death of Mr. Ed in this.
Murder.
Oh, fucking. He runs. Okay, so Magnolia's kill count is 96 up at this point because no other kills have. This will be his first kill since episode 1. He is going to look back at everyone, and just, it's the same. I think we see, we see a flashback. Not a one of those kind of like, the kind of cuts back really quick. His face changes to that same fucked up face that we saw when he was in the POW camp after he just strangled Duke to death. And in spite of himself, he smiled. And it's just this utterly depraved smile. Because, look, Magnolia is not proud of what he is. In fact, he sort of hates what he is. But one thing he knows very well about himself at this point is that taking a human life gives him an absolute fucking rush, even when it's under the most awful of circumstances. But this one feels good. So when he sees Mr. Ed, this piece of shit who has tormented him for, he's really not even sure how long. I mean, you have no idea how long he's been here. But this guy absolutely just has kind of bullied him and made an example of him. He sees a chance to get back at it, and he runs at full blast while yelling, "Not sir!" and runs and drop kicks Mr. Ed, and his head smashes into the inside of the locker. And just to be sure, he stands up, grabs Mr. Ed by the back of the collar, pulls him out a little ways, and repeatedly slams the door of the locker on his head over and over again until there's just like brain mush.
Fantastic. You absolutely do that, and you all watch this happen. Tim doesn't break stride. He just keeps on going, but I need everybody else who witnesses this, besides Magnolia, because Magnolia is immune to this. Everybody make me a sanity check.
I condoned this murder. 17.
Villain point, reroll. Lonnie, that's a fail.
I still condone this murder. 15.
You condone it. Maple, you're cool with this.
Not what I expected.
Sam and Lonnie, you guys take 1 point of sanity loss for Sam and 2 for Lonnie.
Oh, it's lower.
And now, he is covered in blood, brain, and skull fragments and teeth. And he takes he's going to take Mr. Ed's bat, too.
Nice. You take it. You've now got this bat with you. It is a bat with a lead core. I love that for you. If you've hit your breaking point, by the way, from a sanity loss here, you don't. In the night worlds, those effects of hitting your breaking point do not come into effect right away.
Well, that was disgusting. And had I eaten anything at any given point in time in this place, I probably would have thrown it up. But since I didn't, I'm fine.
That's the part you're fine about? Just, I didn't throw up, so I'm fine.
Throwing up sucks. Unless it's that god-awful meatloaf with the plasticine cheese, fuck that shit. I'd readily throw that up.
The world is better without some people in it. And that's one of them.
Who are you?
I mean, in this case, it's the other world. In this case, it's the other world that's better.
Oh, I needed that.
You arrive to the administrative wing. It is now as you remember it to be during the day. It's just a short little walk into that sort of waiting room area with the double doors outside of what you remember to be Dr. Dallon's office. And while you're there, the doors are closed. The 6 of you plus Tim are all together. And Tim says, okay, all loose ends tied up. Everyone's where they're supposed to be. I don't think there's anyone inside, but does someone want to check?
I'll look over at Magnolia.
Or like knock on the door?
Oh, okay.
You walk up and knock on the door?
See if anybody's inside.
Yep, great, fantastic. You walk up to the door and you knock. And the door opens. And standing there inside of Dr. Dallen's office, or I guess just the administrative office.
The administrator.
There are no lights on, but Dr. Friend is there. And he says, "Oh, hello, Dr. Maynard." And he says this with a condescending tone. He says, "How are your rounds tonight? And, oh, you've got some friends with you. Go ahead, Colin." Just run in.
Yep, swing, batter.
Same thing.
Oh my god, I got another 99, but it's a phone.
Holy shit. No, this is also at plus 20 because he doesn't see it
then that is
coming.
a critical success.
It's another critical success. Describe kill number 98 for you. 98.
It's just like that. Oh my god. Sam, I'm so sorry. But Anglerfish is just trying to have a conversation.
Happening.
That's the perspective we see it from. Like, we see this shot, like, from Friend's, like, POV as he has Anglerfish. He's just, "Oh, hello. How are you doing, Dr. Maynard?" And then you just see Magnolia's giant hand just come and just nudge her aside, and then you see the bat come through. And it's clean, absolutely spins his head around, just cracks his neck, and then as he falls to the ground, just continues to pummel him with a bat.
And with that, you are in Dr. Dallen's office. However, for those of you who have seen it by day, and we'll say, Sam, that Anglerfish hasn't even been in there before, but for the rest of you, it is not the same as you remember it. Most notably, on the opposite wall, a wall that should lead outdoors, there is a large red steel door that was not there before. So I am going to need sanity rolls. First of all, from everyone who saw Dr. Friend get Gallaghered.
Did we see that though? It was dark.
Yes, we did. We did.
Yeah.
We saw that.
Not only did you see it, some of it's probably on your clothes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Great.
there was a lot of
then also
splatter.
from everybody but Anglerfish.
Oh my god.
I'm using my hero point for this. I can't lose more sanity right now.
I rolled a fucking 1. I am here for this murder.
God.
Maple, you are uncrackable.
You love my murders so much.
Lost there.
Maple's on the edge of death anyways. She's 83 years
Lonnie
old.
loses
She's like, I'm gonna
some.
fucking die at some
Maynard
point.
loses some. Okay, so from that, this is from witnessing the murder of Dr. Friend. Both of you lose 2 sanity points. And then I need everyone except Maynard to make me a sanity check at seeing that Dr. Dallen's office has changed. This sanity loss from the unnatural.
Apparently the room is what cracked me.
That's why you didn't see it. You're
Good.
looking through.
Murder find door? Oh my fucking
Oh my
god.
god. The room doesn't look the same.
The room is fine.
The door was too much. You, Maple, you lose 4.
4 sanity?
4.
Oh my god. I think I hit a breaking point somewhere in there.
Just to be clear,
Unbelievable.
if we're at the number, that's our breaking point. Do we have to go under it, or is it at? Or
If you are under it, recalculate your breaking point. So that would be your current sanity minus your power.
Okay.
And that'll give you a new breaking point, and keep track of it.
And you
keep
get a
track-
mental disorder.
Well, keep track of how many times you hit your breaking point. Currently, you don't get a mental disorder, but eventually you may.
So that's one
I'm
breaking
still
point.
good, by the way. I still have not hit my breaking point,
Well,
but the
so
room.
I'm like at it. I am like, I have 48 as my breaking point. I have 48 sanity.
So now make a new breaking point.
Okay.
From what we're at. Okay.
From where you are now. So it's
And I guess
your current sanity. When you pass it, your current sanity minus your power. Let's get a reason here for Maple to lose it more fervently, okay? Which is that all of these things, it's not just the door, it's the fact that there's a window looking out into a foreign landscape where it's
a door
always,
and a window.
well, hold on. There's a window with a foreign landscape where it's always night, and there's warlike explosions happening in the distance. There is a strange glow coming from the rock display in one corner of the room, and perhaps most of all, the bookshelves. During the day, these bookshelves held a complete collection of psychiatric journals on them. Now they are filled with books of different ages, bindings, and content. But the spines of these books on the shelves arrange into a strange pattern.
There it is.
And Maple will say, "You've seen the yellow sign."
You were gonna give me those yellow herb. You're gonna give me that yellow herbs eventually.
You got the herps.
I got the herbs.
You want to show it to other people.
I've seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah.
And I think that's everyone now.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't
Finally got me with the yellow herb
because of it yet.
That's true.
That's the only thing I'm clinging on to.
But you got the yellow sign crotch rot.
So you are alone in this room, along with the corpse of Dr. Friend. I bet that felt good.
Oh, like a fucking pinata.
His desk
Does
is
he have
there.
any cigarettes on his body? Because he took my fucking cigs.
You search him over. You pat him up and down. Do you want to make me a search roll?
I have a
Or
terrible.
do you just want to like give him a quick pat down?
I want to give him a quick pat down.
Quick pat down? No, he doesn't have any cigarettes on.
Damn it.
Dr. Dallon's desk
great
is there,
problem.
or is it Dr. Friend's desk? There's the door. There's the bookshelves with lots of different books on them. There's the rock collection.
I feel like Mayday is in a little bit of a daze right now because she technically met her breaking point, even though I know it doesn't count here, but like I think still just like seeing 2 murders in a row that like phased her. I think she wants to go up to Magnolia, grab the bloody like baseball bat from his hands, and go and just kind of loom over the rocks that are glowing and just kind of have the bat up.
You step toward the rocks with your bat. Well, the
I just
bat.
want to say, I think Magnolia does not, because I was thinking about that being weird. Magnolia sees madness in your eyes, and when you go to take the bat, he's like, I think there's just a part of his brain that's like, yes, she's becoming like me. Take it. And he doesn't even try to fight you. He's just like, oh, you want to break shit? You want to hurt something? Go ahead. It's fun. And he's like watching with great anticipation, like, yeah.
So you said the rocks are glowing too. So she's literally just standing there with like this outward, like weird glowing pattern on her face. So she's just like, and she's looking at it. Is there anything?
This is like right next to the bookcase where the books arranged to form the yellow sign.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything she can discern from it before she starts swinging?
Sam, did you want to say something? You look like you want to jump in here.
He keeps hitting things. Now she's gonna hit the. Hey, Agent Mayday, do we really need to hit and break the stuff? Will it actually make you feel better? Or are you just trying to...
These rocks are over there too. Gotta mean something. And if I break them here, I'm hoping it breaks them there too.
Isn't everything that's here, there, here?
And there's a lot of evil, isn't there?
Evil?
You know what? As far as I'm concerned, we're in a weird psychiatric facility. I say, go for broke.
Hey, but what if you get glass shards in your hands? We're just trying to escape and the door's right there.
I've been thrown out the second story of a burning window and almost died. A few glass shards isn't going to be that bad.
If it will help you on your healing journey. Okay, everyone take a step back.
Now, let me say this for you
Are there
really
goggles?
quickly. No, there's not.
This is literally just a range room. No. It's okay.
There's
Sam,
a man.
Wait. Time out. Lonnie, make me a sanity check.
Oh no.
Safety gear.
There's a man standing next to you for whom the only part of his body that isn't bloody is the soles of his feet right now, and you're like, are there goggles?
You rolled
He's
success.
not looking at him.
No, there are not goggles. There is not a case next to the rock case with a pair of goggles in it and a sign that says use these in case you need to break shit, like Limp Bizkit said.
As I'm sitting there and kind of
Magnolia
staring
loves
at them,
it.
is there anything I can discern from like what they are or anything like that? Because obviously they don't look like sea glass anymore, I'm guessing.
They
They were sea
look
glass.
identical to the rocks that are there during the day. But as you lean closer, you realize that the entire case, the wooden frame, the legs, are all warm and pulsing as if they're alive.
Oh, this is gonna hurt me more than I'm gonna hurt these rocks, isn't it? I'm gonna get like sprung backwards. I can just feel it right now, but I think Mayday's already committed.
Mayday.
If it's alive, time to take a life.
I mean, we
First
are
thing-
already committed.
First
Hi-oh.
things first, before you swing the bat,
Mm-hmm.
I'll need another sanity check from you upon realizing this thing is
Living
organic.
rock.
Okay. No.
That is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to spend a point?
We do have a lot of them. I guess I'll try one more time.
How about this? I'm going to roll your sanity loss, and I'll let you decide after I roll it whether or not you want to use a point.
Okay.
Here we go.
So benevolent.
It would be 3
yeah,
points of
no,
sanity.
I want to try again.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Okay.
Oh my
And a
god.
failure.
Oh,
So
it's
you
worse.
do take 3 points of sanity loss.
Uh-huh.
Upon seeing this, do you hit the thing?
It's alive. We're in hell. It seems like it's the center of something.
You've got a lot of pent-up aggression.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to carry your weight with the murder.
This. Oh god, I'm gonna murder this inanimate but also living, seemingly
Animate.
object.
Animate. I mean, it's from the Beauty and the Beast castle. To the Beast castle.
Lonnie is second guessing it, but I think Mayday would be sitting there and committing.
Roll me
You wait.
melee attack. To see how you do with this bat.
I failed.
That is a failure. So I'm going to use a villain point to make you re-roll.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
succeed.
so bad. This is gonna be
You
so
rat bastard. I
This is gonna
love
be
it.
so bad. I still failed.
Worse.
You,
Can I make you use a hero point? Because I want you to do this.
hey, we got lots of them. Let's go. If you want to swing again, I'll let you use
The
the
fact
hero
that
point.
you just tried to make me use it, you used a villain point to make
My
me try to
designs
do
are
it
just as
means-
inscrutable as the King in Yellow. You don't know what I want.
Well, that's...
I just want good watching.
Do it. Do it.
Do any of the rest of us realize it's alive?
That's a good question.
I just want you, because you're the closest. You were right there. To
Yeah.
have you make
Curiosity.
an alertness check.
When you're rolling,
Awareness or whatever.
what does it look like? What am I like literally like missing? And they're like seeing me like miss and be
You
like
look ridiculous.
hitting to the
You're-
right,
I think,
and then
I think,
and then
you know
Like
what?
doing
you're
whack-a-mole.
not
You're
gonna
hesitating.
for this.
Ooh, as a
I can
critical
see you're
awareness.
hesitating.
Okay, here's what we'll say. You know what? It's an inanimate object, okay? You shouldn't have to hurt this thing, but we'll say that you can just act like you hesitate for a moment, and then in your second, you bring it down. Sam, you notice that these things are sort of like breathing, but you're hyper alertness there, a critical success, means that you see it very clearly what happens next, which is Mayday, you bring the bat down on this case, and it lets out a whine like a dog.
No.
It goes, and then you all watch as it shudders and falls over dead. So I need everyone in the room to make me another sanity check.
Stop it!
That was so much worse. That was even worse than I expected it to be.
So much worse.
I am okay with weird murder, apparently.
Look, you guys are both. Yep,
I'm so fine with it.
Are down with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not fine with
This
it.
makes perfect sense that Sam and Lonnie, you're not. Lonnie, you take just one from violence. Sam, I'm going to give you 3 because of your critical alertness.
I'm sorry.
You lose 3 sanity.
Oh my god, let me just stare at this thing very intently.
That was funny.
Magnolia walks over to Mayday, holds out his hand for the bat back.
I think she's just kind of staring it still. But like now in like a, oh fuck, what have I done kind of way, instead of like I gotta do it. Now it's just like, oh no, I did it.
To compound on Maynard.
He looks her straight in the eye.
You can't look her straight. You'd have to be like leaning down and like be putting yourself where this like.
No, I think it's actually
like
he like crouches. He's huge. He like kneels down and looks at her and just goes, "That's one."
That's not a good thing! Not a good thing. You killed something. That was alive. You've killed 2 things. People, not things.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah, we should probably get going.
Oh,
she will just give Magnolia like one really curt like nod, like, and then give back the bat, and like not keep staring at it anymore.
So that was weird.
it gets easier.
The killing or other things, I mean.
Oh no, just the fact that that was a weird living like display case. That was weird.
Did you not?
I don't know if
Good work.
we'll get to 98.
I don't know how the room being like, you know, a little bit fucked up, that apparently breaks me, but the weird display case, I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, it died.
The door!
Maple sees Mayday kill the dog display case, and then says, you know what? Something's off about this hospital.
That's really weird.
Interesting.
Something's amiss.
King Bale stands by the door and looks at all of you as you're all sort of like standing there. And he says, I'm not sure where we're going, but I know that I'm the only one who knows how to get there. So you need to stay close to me. Don't wander off. If you do, I can't promise that I'll find you again. And you might end up wherever Whitwer is. There's some sort of ritual ahead, some sort of show. And I don't know exactly what it entails, but I know that the Patsu is the important part.
Are you not the Patsu?
No, I'm not Pat. Well, I mean, I guess I have Patsu.
Some guide?
He points at Magnolia's black eye, and then to Mayday's black eye, and says, they've undergone the procedure. And now all of you remember that lots of patients throughout just have one black eye. And he says, that stuff, he says to Magnolia, that stuff they took out of you. That's the Patsu. That's Patsu.
They extracted it from my eye.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what it is.
Oh.
Beach to it. I don't know. But I know it's it has something to do with what's going on. And I feel like the closer we get, the better I'll understand it.
Wait, so just for my clarification, so I remember I randomly got a black eye at the end of last session.
You didn't randomly get one. You randomly.
I randomly learned that I have one.
You had one.
So that's the same type of black eye that Magnolia has.
Leading you to believe you've also undergone that procedure at some point.
And I don't remember even coming close to a room like that, or being like pulled away from something consciously to be pulled.
Maybe that knowledge was in the Patsu.
Magnolia looks at Mayday and points to his black eye and yours, and still covered in blood, and says, look at us. Two of a kind.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get to 99 like you can, though.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a thing.
You want to get to Carnegie Hall? Gotta practice.
All right. To Carnegie Hall, and he pushes the door open.
Should we hold hands? So we don't get lost?
Margin holds hands with you.
Yeah, you can have Margin.
Yeah, you can hold hands with the crazy.
I want to wander off.
The door opens.
Oh, I'll grab Maple. Though will grab onto to Maltese, who's also zoinked out.
Maltese.
No, not his butt. That's not a good handle, really. It's a lot of.
Maltese takes you tenderly into his hands and kisses you full on the lips.
Sorry, what?
Turk isn't here. I'm allowed to say that.
Aww.
That. You're so not my type. But thank you. That's
okay, back to spooky stuff.
Right, yeah, horror game.
Horror game.
The door opens into a stairwell.
Mr. March.
It is identical to the stairwells of the Dorchester house, although it exists in a space that should not exist. It's non-Euclidean. And Tim says, all right, stay close. And he starts to lead you down this stairwell, and it goes on and on and on. Lower and lower, down 5, 10, 15 flights of stairs. And finally...
I work out.
It comes to... Well, you're going down, fortunately, which is nice.
It's still a firework.
Gravity.
It is. Yeah, I mean, your calves are probably burning.
Is there gravity?
That's up the stairs. Can I just fly down?
Make me a sanity check.
I was kidding. Okay.
Everything starts as a shitpost, Sam.
I say these things.
You cannot safely meme in this environment.
No, you can't fly down. What are you talking about? Stop it.
Oh my god, your sanity is fucked.
Yeah, her sanity's real bad.
Oh my god.
Hilarious.
Finally, you come to a landing with a door, and he says, okay, I think this is the one. You guys didn't see any other doors, did you?
Not instilling confidence.
Hey, we're all just kind of making it up as we go along. And he opens the door.
That was bad of me. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Yeah, it was pretty disparaging right there.
I happy. I did not mean it.
Opens onto a hallway that is decidedly unlike the Dorchester house in its decor. Rich burgundy rugs, recessed lighting, scalloped glass. It looks kind of like a hotel. Mayday, you've seen something close to this when you received the invitation, but this reminds you more of a lobby in a theater than a hotel. And you begin to move down these gold-painted, trimmed hallways. And there are a number of doors that you pass, but Timothy Bale, every time he comes to an intersection, it seems like he pauses and then goes, and then he turns, and he turns again. And at one point, after you've been walking for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you pass by a doorway, and from the other side, you can hear the noise of this loud mechanical whirring. And I think all of you recognize it. It sounds like a projector from like a reel-to-reel movie theater. It's like, and everybody in my generation, like if you had this for movie day, there was a period of time before we switched over to a VCR where they would wheel it in. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a projector. And Tim keeps walking.
Does Anglerfish realize that she's walked this hall before?
Make me a sanity check. This one will count.
I'm gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail. No, okay.
And you did not.
I did not.
No, she doesn't have any recollection of walking this hallway before.
My bugs, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just keep going. These are some long halls. Oh my gosh, are we going in circles?
No, because Tim looks at you and he goes, they're corners.
But
We can't go in a circle.
in a square?
Maybe, but not a square with 4 corners. And he keeps going.
Does that make sense?
So
Gotta admit, not a fan of corners, technically.
Because he likes curves, right?
No, actually, in this case, because something jumped out of a corner once and tried to eat my face off.
Oh,
Never been really a fan of them.
not the
As
good
he-
kind of face eating. Gotcha.
As you continue on,
But I do like where you went.
Bradley,
Thanks.
everyone present except for Maple. All of you notice that your vision of Tim slowly changes.
Oh.
And it's very gradual, but there is an aura of shooting lights that begin to emanate around his form. And as you go further and further, a crown manifests on his head of spectral light. Maple, you don't see this at all. But the rest of you see him as a king. And he begins to trail this aura of power behind him like a robe. And you see him we're getting close. We're almost there. Everyone...
Has anything else about him changed? Like, is his voice any different when he speaks? Like,
not his voice, but his demeanor changes. Whereas when you met him in your reality, he was this nervous, apologetic guy. When you met him in the night floors, he was stressed, but he had a sense of purpose, and he knew what he was doing, and he wasn't as meek. When you see him now, he's confident and sure and in control.
Basically helping release a demon into the real world, aren't we?
Do we need
Maybe.
to change clothes? Like,
I'm sorry, what? He says? What, did you say something?
are we dressed for this occasion coming up?
It's not important. It doesn't matter. And it's probably a good idea if we all lower our... And then he stops and he says, wait, there. Listen. And all of you hear, similar to kind of the sound that you heard in the Dorchester house, but you hear this strange gong. And then you hear the sound of an audience applauding in a room that's nearby, and he says, There. That one. And he points at a door. It's this big double door, wooden, with gold trim. And above it, in this recess, there's a plaster mask hanging there. And he opens the doors. And before you is a long aisle going down the center of a darkened theater. There is a stage, starkly lit by a single overhead light, with nothing on it. And he says, "Come on." And he begins to move down the aisle. And as you proceed, you begin to realize that there are other figures here in the theater, in the seats. And Tim gets to an empty row. And he says, "This way, come on. We need to sit down." So you all sit.
Yeah.
He goes, "Shh."
Thought we were trying to get out.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. That's what this is.
Okay. Play on.
You all sit down. And you can feel the attention of the crowd behind you. It is rapt, and it is focused on the stage, which is currently empty. But you're left there waiting for just a moment, seated in these theater chairs. Is there anything you do before the show starts?
I'm gonna hold the hand of the person next to me.
Okay. Who is that?
The bloodied, sticky, coagulated hand of Magnolia. Oh, it's sticky.
Other hand still holding a bat.
Okay, well, she's scared.
Got the bat between his legs and it's just like, oh, yeah. When he feels you take his hand, he accepts it, but it is a real gross sticky hand.
Yeah, it is really sticky. Okay, we're stuck like glue. Stuck like glue. It's fine.
Are you afraid?
Yes.
Are you not?
No.
And as you say that, a figure emerges from stage left. Out onto the stage walks a small, child-sized clown. And behind him,
Yep.
on a stick, is a long paper dragon. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode of Impossible Landscapes, as our friend the clown returns to lead us in the dance that will theoretically take our agents out of the night world through reality back into Carcosa. Sam, you realize what this means?
Oh, yeah.
Are you free next week?
I'll
On
have
Thursday.
to check my
Important question.
schedule.
Ask first.
We will ask, and then I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I'll be there for you guys because
I held your hand. Least you can do is come back.
it's stuck together.
Or I can just kill
It's
you.
like a scab. I'm gonna pull it off, and it'll be like pulling off a scab.
Important clarification. You said I'm getting very mythic right now. You said childlike clown.
He is a child-sized clown, yes.
Child size, but not a child.
No.
Not an actual child.
It has a full-body Harlequin suit on and a mask, so you don't know.
It's important to know, because I have a bat, and I'm not going to kill a kid, but if it's an adult, I will murder that clown. I gotta get to 99.
Stay tuned. We'll be back next week. Sam, thank you so much for jumping in for Recall Week, and maybe next week, hopefully.
Oh, good, Sam. So
as
good.
Anglerfish, who got corrupted through ACEL and then ended up here. Next week, we will be back with what I think will be the finale of this season of Impossible Landscapes.
Really?
I'm thinking so. And so you'll want to be sure to tune in for that. It'll be nice to have it wrapped up before Thanksgiving. And then we will take a few months. And then I think maybe January with the new year, we'll start with season 3. We'll just keep going. We'll wait and see, find out. Thanks for everyone for sticking around while we had sort of technical weirdness and other stuff, but wow, what a satisfying episode where lots of questions were answered, just not satisfyingly. And Magnolia got to kill some people.
Yeah.
Yay!
And so did Mayday. Everyone clap.
Yay, Mayday killed
No.
You killed a dog desk.
No, that was all. The second
It was fantastic.
The second it whimpered, I was just like, I fucked up.
Oh, that's so good.
We'll go around and check in with our cast, but before we do that, I want to remind everyone that Recall Week continues. And so I'm going to start with myself, because I always forget to do this. But I have a show coming up on Recall Week, and it's happening tomorrow night. Is that right, Lonnie? Tomorrow night. I'll let Ronnie tell you about the game, but I'll be back as Princess Biscuits for a very special game that Lonnie is GMing, and it is gonna be so silly and so amazing. Anyway, I just want to remind you, because we are raising money all week for Extra Life. If you haven't figured out what that's about, you can join the Lost Caravan Discord, QLC, putting a Lost Caravan Discord link in the chat right now, and you can join us there and find out more about how to donate or how to help out. You should also just join, because it's a great community full of great people, and we have a lot of fun running games. It's my hope that someday soon, either post Impossible Landscapes or between or whatever, that Colin will run something that I'll get to be in on Lost Caravan. So anyways, that's that. We'll go from the bottom of my screen to the top and check in with our folks and see what they've got coming up, and just what they think is going to happen on this stage next week. Let's start with Lonnie. Lonnie, what do you have? Tell them about Relay Watch. Huh?
Oh, speaking of, I have the book right next to me because I have literally been preparing it. It's not going to completely show up. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
All right. Tomorrow we are going to be playing Relay Watch, and like Doc already said, Princess Biscuits is coming back, as well as a few other favorites from the channel. It's rules light. It's literally Baywatch meets Call of Cthulhu stuff. Like,
all it is.
There's really no way it could not be just the most hilarious thing to start off your weekend. I tried to think of some clever little names for things to kind of throw in some stuff, and I'm just so ready to see what everyone else just does with it. Yeah. It's such a random group of people. There's a goblin, and there's
Princess Biscuits, a goblin, an alien.
Somebody from Lancer, I think, right? That's what Marl is.
As lifeguards.
So it's going to be wild. Wow. It's going to be wild. I'm literally going to start off with everyone getting their own little Baywatch opening sequence where they're slow motion running, or however they end up getting brought into this beach scenario.
I just want Princess Biscuits who is a old cowboy, not old, a little cowboy, to find out about like guitars and 90s stuff. It's going to be great.
I actually haven't decided. I didn't decide on what actual year it is. I just know that all of you are getting pulled from all over the place. So, there is a boombox. You will definitely be exposed to a boombox and an ATV and a mystery van. So yeah.
From the 90s.
I can't wait.
So, and then next the 14th. I don't know what day of the week that is. The 14th, Turk is running Call of Cthulhu here on Lost Caravan, so I will be in that, and then I will be back for Delta Green on Thursday.
Finale.
So,
Unless things go out of control and we have to play the week
horror.
after Thanksgiving, whatever. Yeah. It will be cosmically horrible. Thank you, Lonnie. My Thelma Griffin Myers moment for the week, don't think I forgot, because I didn't, is when you said that earning your PhD felt like being in a trap. And I was like, I have a master's, but I can relate.
No, I have that literally, even just getting the master's for me, and like
it was like a trap, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that trap was called student debt.
And COVID turned it from a 2-year program into a 3.5-year program. So,
ouchie. Oofa
wouldn't
doofa.
recommend.
No, would not recommend. Thank you, Lonnie. Terrific stuff from you today. I love seeing Mayday past her breaking point, non-mechanically speaking. Like, she is like, fuck this desk.
she's just tired at this point. It's not even that she's technically met her sanity. She has, but I know right now it doesn't count. It's just she's tired. She's
Understandable.
angry.
Yeah, I would be too.
To smash some fancy rocks that aren't that
sanity
fancy
loss.
and don't deserve a velvet lining.
Sometimes sanity loss comes from just being worn down. For real. Okay, let's move on up. Sam, you are here.
I am here.
Sam, thank you for bringing Anglerfish's Madness. I can't wait for Anglerfish and Margin to hang out.
Oh my,
terrific.
We will be best buds.
Sam, I do stars for all my players every week, and you're no exception. Is that you said some bullshit about being on a healing journey of murder, and it was probably the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's part of your healing journey.
It was like, we're out of it now. We're gone. We're past it. Yep. Mm-hmm. So
Incredible.
Thank you for being here, Sam.
Yes.
Tell us about you. What else do you have going? Do you have stuff coming up?
I do. So hi, I'm Sam, Sammy Scribbles on the blue skies and the birds. I don't know what things are anymore.
Nope.
You'll see me back on this channel on Sunday night with some level 20 Pathfinder.
Whoa.
I will be bringing back Archibald from For the Honor, my little gentleman that might be necromancer type thing. He is fantastic. Other than that, I have a website called Indie Scribbles where I write about indie TTRPGs. It is not updated regularly, but I try. So that's about all that's going on with me, and then dealing with sick kids and that fun life.
I hope your kiddos feel better. I'm sorry that happened. What a... Also, for those of you who are on the fence about tuning in on Sunday night, if you have never seen Sam in drag, it is something to behold that everyone should experience at some point.
Oh.
Anyway, that's
got your attention.
Maybe I'm speaking personal preference. I'm gonna move on.
All of me is your personal preference. So.
That's true. Hi, Colin.
What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? You are also my personal preference, Colin.
Hey.
I have two for you, just because you're my favorite. Don't tell the others, but you're my favorite.
I won't tell them.
You had this long scene with Mayday about the reality of being a POW. Mm-hmm. And it was towards the beginning, and just this long interaction, which might be one of the best scenes I've seen on a TTRPG in a really long time. And I think maybe we missed it just because we were all like settling in and stuff but it was so good. And the give and take between the two of you was fantastic. And I'm going to go back and watch that later. My other one came towards the end. Oh, I remember. It's when Mayday took out the desk and you said, "That's one." And you started a counter, which was like, and I almost died, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had thought about this for a while, that like I had, when we started this season, Magnolia adopted this protective thing with Mayday, that he wants to protect her. And also, I remember saying this on this stream before, he doesn't want her to become like him. But
God.
You were pretty proud today.
Pretty
I know. Going to the night floors and all this has kind of flipped things a little bit.
Yes, it has.
So it's brought out this whole thing of like, yeah, our whole reality is fucking fake. Like this Matrix shit. That just brought out his nihilism.
Yes.
In my mind, that's where it's just straight nihilism. And now he doesn't care. And like the idea of Mayday becoming like him.
Yet?
No, actually.
When he does, we know what his disorder is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. He has not hit it. He's actually like he's got 55 sanity. He's well, his breaking point's 49. So
he's gonna get there.
He's not super far away, but no, he hasn't hit a breaking point. But yeah, I mean, just that's my thought. Just that all was part of it. That conversation you mentioned that I was having with Mayday about like, what if I've always been here? What if I never left that cell and this is all
yes, that was it. That was it. Oh.
Yeah, what if I never left that cell and that's my whole reality? Like, he doesn't, this has just flipped a switch in him. So, like, and then finally getting to do a murder, and he remembered just how fucking alive that makes him feel. And he's having a great time.
Two of them.
We got to do 2 rapid fire. Killing Friend was my favorite. Even though Mr. Ed's a piece of shit, the Friend murder was just more satisfying to me because Sam was in the middle of trying to have a pleasant conversation with Dr. Friend.
I love the perspective.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Pardon me.
I can totally see that. Yeah. Boom. Yep. Fantastic.
I love how you were paying enough attention to me that like I just went like this, and you're like, "Do it, Cal." Delightful. I don't do anything, so I don't have anything to pitch. But I just gave all my friends a free copy of one of my games that I wrote. So all my friends in this Delta Green chat.
Oh, really? So nice.
Yeah, I just gave you a free copy of the Nightmare Before Christmas themed game.
Oh yeah,
that me and Anna made last Christmas. It is available on our itch at itch.io/sixstring games.
I know somebody who reviews TTRPGs, indie TTRPGs on a website. I'll connect you with her.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, put me in touch. have my people talk to her people, and are both those people are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, Doc.
Glad you could do some murders. I also want to remind everyone that earlier this season, Colin said to me, "Is this going anywhere?" No, that's not what he said. It was like this is heading in a direction, right? Because it just seems like insanity. And now you found out why I said sort of.
Yeah. Now things have been made clear.
That your reality isn't real.
Yeah, things are clear. Things are certainly clear. Yeah.
Well, I love you. Thank you.
I love you too, buddy.
Maple. Jana, you got to do the thing that we've all wanted to do all season, which is tell everyone who Mike Crow is.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that came down to you. And Liv, if you wanted to do it, then you should have been here.
No.
I'm just messing. Maple, my poor sweet Maple. Also that and
Yellow King Herps. Knew you were gonna eventually give me the Yellow King Herps.
You got the herps. You got
the herps. What's that? I did really okay. I'm gonna make I'm proud of myself. Okay, this is
you held
session 10, and I managed to go that long before seeing the fucking yellow sign.
I would imagine if we pulled everybody who's played an agent in Impossible Landscapes, you would be in the top percentile of holding out the longest.
Listen, there's a reason why this 83-year-old woman has survived this long. All right,
it was a good run.
It was a good run.
Jen, do you got anything else happening? What's going on with you?
No, I'm just here. No. That's where I am.
Early next week.
Yeah. You can find me, my socials on what was Twitter, X. I don't get it. Either way, Twitter adjacent, and Blue Sky is Cyberella Draws, and then on Tumblr I'm Sootchild. And I am slowly drawing everything from the session. I'm very slow, but I have murder involved on my list, so I'm getting through it.
It's going to be a good one.
I'll be posting those murders.
Thank you. I will always and forever sing the praises of my cast. You guys, look at these people. They're amazing. And this team is terrific, and including Turk and Liv, who I'm hoping will all be together next week. I'd have a big one. And it's going to be just a great ending. Everyone take a nap that day. Who knows? Should be done in the regular amount of time, but who knows? It will be something else. everyone in chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging in. I know we have some folks over here just all the time, and I love you all. Thank you for helping us to raise money for a worthy cause. And thank you to Lost Caravan for hosting, as always. I would imagine, and this is just a theory, that we are going to do a raid. Who are we going to raid? I don't know. But everyone stick around and find out. And we will see you next week for episode 11, the finale of season 2. Thank you for coming. Bye. We love you. Have a good night. The finale of season 2. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Mystery raid.
Me.